Stream of consciousness. You think you know. So, I'm just going to go off the top of my head and let it out. You think you know, but you have no idea. If you think you're in the stage of in your mission, your life, going to the next level or the mass ascension, you would know. There would be so much evidence in your reality that you're being called to a higher purpose that you cannot deny it. You will question your sanity. You will question your job, your life. You will reevaluate everything you've ever been through and why you were quote unquote chosen to serve a higher purpose. This evaluation of oneself is necessary. Why? Because you're going to be confronted with every aspect of yourself and it will materialize on this plane. That's the reality of it. You might want to be like, I didn't ask for that. Oh, yes, you did. And you have to acknowledge that. When I started manifesting super quickly, now people are like, how do you manifest? You have to reach a certain level of consciousness and acknowledgement within oneself in order to start manifesting. Will there be positive manifestations? Depends on your intention. And with that being said, you will manifest things you never knew you wanted, and that will kind of contradict everything you thought you were about. Why? Because you're facing the darkest aspects of yourself. I manifested things and I was like, I didn't want that. No, there's no way anybody would ever want that done upon their person. And then I sat back and I realized, and I was like, I really asked for that. And when I say be careful what you wish for, be careful what you wish for. Why? Because there's going to be a point where you're manifesting everything you ever asked for and you realize how egotistical you really are. And you'll sit there and you'll be like, I said I wanted that when I was like 7. Like I said I wanted that when I was like 14. And it'll manifest and it will persist. And you'll be like, I can't believe I asked for that. And then you'll see the series of events, if it's manifesting in the physical, play out. And you'll be like, can't believe I did that to myself. You have to reach a certain level of consciousness when you're not manifesting from your ego. Do your ego work. Do your shadow work. Why? Because if you're meant to teach on some level or you're meant to enlighten people, I'm only speaking from personal experience. If anybody says they're all light, I don't even think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. And if they're living a life of pure light, it's because they live without experiencing life. Like they say, all writers crave experience. And it's not about being a writer or being artistic or a creative type, but you cannot speak on things that you do not know of. It's a cold reading. It's a cold kind of regurgitation of what should be said. I'm here to tell you that regardless of what you've been through, you're worthy of ascending, you're worthy of awakening, but you have to get through the levels of things that have been obstacles in your life, the trauma you have kind of endured, the manifestations that were egotistical, the part of yourself that, since you're a spiritual person, is you think that you're crazy, and people, and especially society now, thousands of years ago, you would have been a prophet or a mystic or something like that. Now you're crazy. Honor yourself, and just know and be certain in that. be certain in that. Some people, if you are coming to a level where you're going to hurt yourself or others, I highly suggest you going to see a therapist, calling, the suicide hotline, doing things like that. Why? Because I've seen people and it not end well for them. Your ancestors will come knocking. Spirit will come knocking, right? And you accept this initiation, this mission, this desert quest. It doesn't mean that you're going to survive it. And this is why I say it's not a game. It's your life. Now, in Native American medicine, they send you out for a season. In certain biblical aspects, you go out for 40 days and 40 nights. In Indian traditions, you go out into the woods and you study. The mountains and you study. All of these have one common thread.